you should be on page 11, lesson 1.13a, ratios and proportions. And there's a little spot for some notes up at the very top because we need to know what a ratio is. So go ahead and copy these notes down carefully. Hey, you guys are on your last warning. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers with the same units. So that means if the numbers are both in dollars or both in centimeters or both in kilometers, then you can make a ratio with them. It's a way of comparing two numbers. For example, this can still go in your notes. The ratio of consonants to vowels in the word Halifax is, and we can write it three different ways. We can write it like this, is 4 to 3, because we're comparing consonants to vowels. So we count our consonants, 1, 2, 3, 4. We count our vowels, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3, which can also be written 4 to 3, which can also be written as a fraction 4 over. So if you're looking down, you're going to do this on your own as well with a few other cities. You are going to complete the table by comparing the ratio of consonants to vowels. So the first city that you have there on your list is Toronto. And the first thing you need to do is print it in words, then in ratio form, and then in fraction form. So how many consonants are in the word Toronto? 4. And how many vowels? So in words, we have the same as Halifax, 4 to 3. What about in ratio form? This is ratio form, by the way. Same as Halifax again, 4 to 3. And of course in fraction form, same as Halifax. Noting also that there are 4 consonants and 3 vowels. Okay? If we wanted to compare how many consonants there were to all the letters, we'd have to add up consonants and vowels, right? It'd be 4 to 7. Anyway, go ahead and try that for Fenwick, Mississauga, and Jordan. Okay, go ahead and help me finish my chart with your answer. So Mississauga is 6 to 5, and in ratio form, and in fraction form. And Jordan?
4 to 2.
4 to 2. 4 to 2. If you wrote 2 to 1 or 2 over 1, those are also good answers, because we like to also reduce these to simplest form or lowest terms as we get to in our next set of notes. So which city has the highest ratio of consonants to vowels? Are you sure? The highest ratio of consonants to vowels. So that means if we're comparing consonants and vowels, which one has the
more consonants than vowels? Fenwick.
Yeah, they all have more consonants than vowels, right? But yeah, look at Fenwick is 5 over 2. So it's basically which of these in fraction form ends up being the biggest number, right? Jordan is close with 2, but this is a ratio of 2.5. Okay? So the highest ratio of consonants to vowels is found in Fenwick. Okay, your next note there is a ratio in lowest terms, and go ahead and underline the word lowest terms, or simplest form, is when the greatest common factor Greatest common factor. So remember, a common factor is a whole number that divides both terms. Okay? So they're in simplest form when the greatest common factor between both of the values in the ratio, the greatest common factor of the terms is 1. So if those numbers have a common factor, we can reduce it. As soon as they don't have any common factors other than 1, which the two numbers will always have a common factor of 1, right? Because every number is divisible by 1. Just doesn't change the number. Once we do that, we know it's in reduced terms. So let's look at that example. 99 MPs are from Ontario, and 11 MPs are from New Brunswick. Now, you don't need to know what an MP is. You don't even need to know what a province is, or what Ontario is, or what New Brunswick is. We just need our important information. We have a comparison. Are we using the same units for each? Are we measuring the same thing in each province? Yeah, MPs, people, right? So 99 to 11 we can write like that in ratio form. Is this in lowest terms?
No.
No. We know that at the end we're going to get it 9 to 1 is in lowest terms. I'm going to do these in between steps. Sometimes it's helpful to convert into fraction form because we're used to dealing with this, right? Now we know that they have a common factor of 11, so we can divide top and bottom by 11, and we're going to end up with 9 over 1, and then convert it back into ratio form, 9 to 1. Good? Next little note. If we want to compare two quantities with different units, what do you think you need to do first? Let's say you wanted to compare...
You have to either simplify it to...
Convert them to the same unit.
We're going to convert them to the same units, right? If something was in kilometers and something was in meters, we'd multiply the meters by 1,000. Now we can compare them. Okay? So the note there is first make the units the same. And however you need to do that. It's usually by converting one of them. Maybe sometimes you need to convert both of them. But we have an example there. It says, write a ratio comparing 1 week to 1 day. So Johnny went ahead and wrote this on his test. How did he do?
Terrible.
Terrible. Okay, they're not 1 to 1. A week is not the same as a day. Okay? So what do we need to do first?
Make them days.
We'll convert both into days. So 1 week equals 7 days. Now we can finish out our problem. 7 days to 1 day. And then in ratio form, 7 to 1. The homework for 1.13a is included on page 13 under 1.13b, which it doesn't look like we're going to get to right now. So please come prepared on Monday, having done 1.12 Tuesday, having done 1.12 homework and 1.13a homework, which you can find on page 13.